This is a Headgum podcast.
Sometimes when the world feels insane, you can take a little peek inside of Rachel's little brain. All these thoughts are swirling round and round inside. So join us on this journey as we take a little ride. We'll talk about dogs and kids and things. We'll talk about chicks and tampon strings. We'll talk about boys that make you cry. We'll talk about death, 'cause people die.
Welcome to Broad Ideas. I'm sorry my mouth is full of trail mix. I had to eat something because I was so hungry.
I am too.
I don't think I helped. Right when you took a huge bite, I said, all right, I'm recording. And I think I kind of pressured you into start talking.
We can wait.
No, why? It's life.
There you go.
It is life on life's terms.
And today we have our lifer, Johnny. Johnny Wujek. He is one of our oldest, bestest friends and one of the most amazing humans. We go way back.
Style icon.
He's just an icon.
List. What is
icon in every sense of the word.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, really.
Johnny.
I always say it like
I
that.
know.
You know what it's from.
Dirty Dancing.
Not everybody would know that.
Did you know that, Kevin?
I didn't. Sorry.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, it's an iconic moment.
For an icon. Let's bring him in. I'm just going to put this out there.
Okay.
I think you are solely responsible for me having my career.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. Johnny was working at the desk at
my God.
JPA,
Yes, I was.
which was
The
a
desk.
commercial agency.
Our commercial
I was
agency.
probably 19.
Wow.
I came in all 5'2" of me, and it's
Mm-hmm.
all models. Like John only represented models, hence Johnny greeting us, his beautiful self as I walk in. And John, the dude, the agent, was like, no, she has no editorial pictures. She's 5'2". Like, no, it's not going to work. And you were like, hold on.
Wow.
I slammed the door. I'm like,
You were like,
she's
no.
not leaving.
Yeah, you literally, do you remember doing that?
Oh, 100%.
You did that.
I literally, and Leo was with you.
Leo was always with me.
Yeah, Leo was with you. Yeah, I remember. I mean,
And you were like, no, hold on.
you got it.
Have someone take pictures, whatever.
I probably did outside in the parking lot really quick.
You did. I think you took a Polaroid or something.
Literally.
Yeah. I actually remember the Polaroid.
Yes,
He took a
I did
Polaroid.
too.
God,
He
we
took a
have to do
Polaroid.
that.
Oh my God, if we found that. And then I wound up going on auditions, and that's what got me like really getting in rooms, whatever, booking commercials that led to.
How iconic is that?
Is that crazy?
I love that story.
19. I was 19 years old.
So I had to have been like 21, 22,
Yeah.
23. How old are you?
He's like, I was
43.
13.
Okay, so I'm 45. So yeah, I was
We've known
22.
each other.
Decades.
What's the math?
I'm not good at math.
Me either.
Olivia?
Okay.
25 years.
24
Carry that.
years. 24
Wow.
years.
2 decades.
Oh, 2
Yeah.
decades.
That's so
and
epic.
4.
And how cool. And 4.
I know.
Yeah, that's so cool. I mean, working there was so wild. Feels
So,
like such a lifetime ago. It was.
It was a lifetime ago.
Literally.
How long did you work there?
I worked there probably 3 years.
Okay.
It was a score. I mean, I literally met him right when I moved to LA. Didn't even know like commercial acting or modeling. Well, I knew modeling, but yeah, I walked into that office and he was sitting on a milk crate. There was nothing in there. And he's like, do you want to be my assistant? And I was like, yeah. And I think that day he's like, go on this casting as well. So I was like, I got to get paid and then go audition and like deliver. I remember just like, he brought me coffee, which I appreciate. Thank you. But I would always be going to Coffee Bean and getting coffees for every casting director.
Oh my God.
It was like the trick. He would just like, cause,
He really knew how to work.
Oh yeah, and they all loved John Pierce.
Yeah.
So that's how we all got
Which is so funny because that's my brother's name too.
John Pierce.
John Pierce.
Does he still have a modeling agency?
He still has an agency. Like he reps Scoot as a manager.
Right.
But I don't think he does commercials as much anymore. I don't know.
Okay.
I wonder what he's up to. I haven't talked to. It was abrupt, the departure.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Well, it was like at first I was like, I'm gonna, explore other things and get into styling and costume design, and he was all supportive about it. And then it kind of shifted. 2 days later, he's like, wasn't happy.
Oh,
But it's
well, I
okay.
wouldn't be happy to lose you either.
No.
Well, I'm willing to still be his friend, but I had to
You didn't want to get
I didn't
coffee
move on
anymore.
and all. I was like over coffee delivery. But it was cool. I mean, like, gosh, all that crew was just like so iconic. And like
We had such
Aaron
a-
Paul,
I mean,
Yeah.
who
yeah.
just like became an icon. And, well, he was an icon then, but just to see everyone and where they've grown and become is so cool.
It was really
Yeah.
like we hung tough.
Oh,
Like, we were
Yeah.
hardcore.
Literally.
I know. And
Yeah.
it was before you were always the most creative.
Oh, thanks.
We
What
were.
happened?
Well,
Yeah. But it all started coming over to the condo.
yeah. Oakwood.
It was not Oakwood.
What's it called? The place off Coanga?
It's
Pass?
off Highland. It's like behind the Hollywood Bowl. It was my great grandmother's
Oh,
condo.
yeah. I
And then
remember that
Leah
place.
and I lived there.
Yes.
And then we
There was a
all hung
cutout
out there.
of someone there.
Britney Spears.
Britney
The
Spears.
Britney Spears
I feel
Pepsi
like
cutout.
I feel
that was
like
taken
that's
from a
where
7-Eleven.
Peanut Butter Captain Crunch.
Mm.
That's
Oh
where
my
the
God.
OC.
That's where I auditioned for those.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like I remember reading lines with you.
That's so
I was probably
crazy.
playing Adam or something.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
You
Do
should
it
have
right
played
now.
Adam.
Yeah. Should we do it now? Or
Yeah, let's
yeah,
do it
that
now.
was iconic. What a time.
What a time.
And even that, when you booked that and just
I
like
know.
being part of like that pop culture phenomenon of the OC.
So crazy.
Like hang out with Misha.
I know.
Yeah.
All of us.
She was the sweetest. Do you remember when she was like a little girl
Yeah.
coming out with us? How old was she, Rachel?
Well, she was 16 when we did the pilot.
Oh
and
my
then 17
God.
when.
I don't think I realized she was that young.
Yeah,
She was just
so
like
young.
carried herself
She
like
carried
Well,
a
she
young
grew up in
Wonder
New
Woman.
York. I feel like if you grew up in
Totally.
New York, you just seem,
Yeah.
you know.
hmm
But yeah, she was young and coming out. She taught me like lattes at Starbucks. She's like, you have to get the hazelnut latte.
Oh,
So
stop it.
chic.
Swear to God, I was
Did
like, oh
you
my God, they
really?
have flavored lattes? Like, I didn't know. She's like, yeah, they'll go get it for us.
Oh my God.
Speaking of
Misha.
coming out, she's kind of how I came out to my family back home.
What do you mean?
Misha is?
Yeah.
How?
Do tell.
Because, so remember she used to date Brandon Davis.
Yes.
Yes.
And they broke up. And she was like, we became friends through you,
Uh-huh.
Misha and I.
Uh-huh.
And so she's like, I need to go out. So we went to like, God, I don't remember what club it was, Joseph, something. And we got paparazzi'd outside.
I remember that.
Leaving.
Yes.
And it was like all over Misha's new man, all this whole story. And I was like, oh my God. And so like Perez definitely corrected that. And he was like, that is not Misha's new man.
Oh.
I think he called me a fat, which was fine because I'm a fat.
Oh my God.
But like literally back home, my friends were, a girlfriend of mine was like, you're in Perez and he called you like whatever. And I was like, okay, so yes, you know. And then it just spread. So I immediately called my mom and dad. At this point, I was like
oh my
24, 25 and still hadn't really like officially told them.
Wow.
My mom was so confused.
Was she?
Really?
Yeah,
She didn't question it.
she did.
She was confused.
Confused. Like, what the hell? Like, what do you mean?
Well, when we
'Cause I had a
first met you,
girlfriend.
you weren't,
I was always.
but you
We
weren't out.
knew
I
you
meant.
were.
No, you weren't out. I know you.
No.
You're like, I was
Honey,
always.
I was always gay.
No, but you weren't out when we first started
no.
hanging out.
No. I was like really.
But
just
we all
trying-
knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're like, he's not trying to hook up with any of us.
Literally.
Why? He's so beautiful.
I know.
Literally, even to this freaking day when I post a picture
Oh,
with
yeah.
Johnny,
Yeah.
someone will write in like, is your husband cool with that? Like,
Yeah.
who is that? And I'm like,
They're all,
dude,
is that Misha's ex?
settle. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
I know.
mean, yeah, I'm glad it helped me to, just tell them and
Yeah.
get out.
But that's
So
an
they weren't-
interesting.
They
And all
were
my friends here,
surprised.
yeah, like you said, knew.
Yeah.
All my friends like Scoot, Brett,
Yeah.
like all those guys were like straight bros.
Yeah.
And they're all like, we knew. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, really? Meanwhile, I'm crying. I'm like, oh. And they're like, it's cool. We don't care. And I was like, okay. Meanwhile, everyone in LA is like,
Yeah.
asexually, like whatever.
Nobody cared.
No one cares.
No one cared.
No.
Yeah, it was just me.
It was
But
just you. Oh, so, question on that.
Yeah.
That is a really big deal for it not to have come from you,
Right.
right? Like, in that, how did you get comfortable? Because you had to catch up to speed with the information versus
Yeah.
on your own timeline.
Yeah. I actually like wasn't pissed. I wasn't like,
Okay.
I was like, okay, this is just
Yeah.
kind of the time for me to tell my family and my friends back home. because it felt good. I had told people here, and I remember telling my brother first, because my oldest brother's gay, and I just remember being so scared, but also comfortable because he was gay. I was like, he's not going to judge me,
Right.
and so yeah, I was like, okay, this just helped me, gave me the push.
Right.
So, but I feel like, you know,
Was your brother surprised?
Nobody was.
I was like obsessed with my brother. I mean, I am obsessed with my brother, and he was just like my hero. And so I spent a lot of time in his room and a lot of time snooping through his room when he was gone, finding gems. You know, I think Madonna's sex book was my first find where I was like, okay. You know, meanwhile, it was mostly her naked, but still it was like something naughty.
Yeah.
And then I scored the jackpot under his mattress. And I was like,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gold mine. Like gold mine.
Really?
I was like a teenager and in Michigan, and it was like, and I was like upset. They were just kind of messy all over. There was like multiple porn magazines. And I was obsessed that they were in some sort of specific order. And so I was like very cautious about where they went. And I was just like paranoid. Meanwhile, he probably had no clue.
Right.
way.
You had to put it back perfectly.
Perfectly.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
God, I was thinking about that the other day. I told him eventually.
You did?
He's cracking up.
He was laughing.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw a porn magazine, I was in 2nd grade
Whoa.
and I was at my friend's house and she's like, you want to see something under my dad's bed? And I was like, what? And I remember her opening and me for the first time, I remember vividly like seeing, it was 2 women and like whatever, they were like sucking on the boobs, whatever. And I was like in 2nd grade and I was so confused.
I bet.
Yeah.
2nd grade.
She's like,
You're
that's
just
really
like, what's
young.
going on?
It's really
Really
young.
young.
And
I was
2
like,
women,
huh.
you're like,
Yeah, I was like,
this?
interesting,
Yeah.
you know? But I remember it vividly.
Totally. Those are like core memories.
Yeah. Core memories.
We
Definitely.
won't talk about when I
Porn
first-
memories.
Oh my God, can we?
Yeah, let's quickly
Why?
just
No.
touch on it.
No. But I young, like saw
Yeah,
things
yeah.
where I was just like,
She shouldn't have
Yeah.
seen
Yeah,
the
yeah,
things
yeah.
she saw.
Yeah.
I don't need
At
to
the
see
age she
that.
saw,
Yeah.
at the
I
age
don't
she
I
need to
saw
think
see
that.
mine
that.
would be literally my aunt in New York was showing, this is bizarre, but like I was maybe 5 or 6, and I remember walking into a room where my aunt was showing our family her birthing video.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, why?
It's really ahead of the time.
Yeah, I was like, why in God's name is everyone gathered around watching this? I mean, it's like a beautiful experience, sure, but like it wasn't visually like ready to see that.
No. Wait,
And
how
I
old were you?
I'm not ready to
5.
see
Oh my
that.
God.
6.
I know. I'm like, I don't need
And
to
I was
see
like
that.
playing and running. I was like, Mom, can I? And I was just like, oh my God.
That's intense.
Yeah.
That's a scene from a movie.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
100%.
Shepard keeps asking to see that.
What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
To see your
a-
birthing video?
I don't have a birthing video.
Oh.
But like one in general.
He'll be like,
He just wants to see your
he's
vagina?
hilarious. All this, he's
Yeah.
like, he'll hug me and go, I want to touch your na-na-na. And I'm like, what?
Interesting.
What? Where's this coming from? And he's
Curiosity.
like, can I see a baby come out of a na-na-na? And I'm like,
What?
what?
He's
like,
6. How-
first
where
of all,
is this coming
where
from?
is it coming from?
Right.
How do you know that? Like, maybe I
Interesting.
told him babies come out of vaginas. I don't know. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
could have said that
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
just like a factual way. But
Yeah.
now he really wants to see it. And I'm
Interesting.
like, I don't
Right.
have access to that. I mean, I have access
You do, yeah,
to
yeah.
that, but I'm not going to show him.
Yeah. There's definitely some like medical
Videos?
videos or photos, but like
yeah, but
maybe
he's
later.
like 6.
No,
and,
later,
and
later,
on
later.
a whole different trek in life. Like,
Yeah, later.
So,
I don't think I've ever seen
Yeah.
a birthing video.
I've chosen not to, only because I thought I would have to do that. And I'm like, I don't want to see that. But then I got a C-section.
Yeah.
So then he likes to look at my C-section
Oh.
scar.
Okay.
And so I show it. I'm
Oh,
like,
he's so curious. He's so cute.
You never know what kids are going to be interested in.
I know.
Literally. That's one
I
thing
know.
also that I'm learning with living with the 14-year-old right now. She will say just whatever. She's like harsh.
Really?
what?
Just things about being bald or things, you know,
Oh.
because I'm bald.
She'll just call you
cut.
out.
She'll just cut you. And it's not necessarily like to be intentionally hurtful, but she's just like,
There's no
Facts.
filter.
there's no filter.
Kids have no filter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd think at maybe 14.
Let's clarify. You're living with a 14-year-old.
I'm currently living with a 14-year-old and her mom and dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
and, their two dogs. This is my best friend. This is
Yeah.
my goddaughter. My best friend and her daughter and 2 dogs and husband are living with me
Yes.
currently while they remodel their home.
Thank you for clarifying.
We have
Not
to
just
talk
the
about
14-year-old.
another best friend, Leah.
Yes.
She's like, you guys
I'll
better
talk about
fucking
Leah
talk about me.
forever. Leah, I love you. Yeah, I told
We
her I
always
was coming
wanted you
on.
and her to have a baby.
I know.
I know. Remember that?
we
was the
really
plan.
we really talked about that for years, and then the universe was just like, maybe not. Yeah, so
I don't agree
I'm
with
still
the
kind of like
universe.
back and forth.
I don't agree with the universe.
I know. I think at this point now, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I still ponder the idea of being a father. Like I just like,
Yeah.
you know,
You're born to
given
be.
me, I'm like, you know, being a single gay man, like, or a man, being gay doesn't matter, but being a single man, I was like, I'm 45. Is it am I too old? But
No.
and then I like do the math, and I'm just like, I'm okay. Like I'll be, you know, my dad had me when he was
Yeah.
kind of my age,
Right.
and so yeah, it's
That's
not.
when
I'm not
Jeff
ruling
had
it
the
out.
boys.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You absolutely can.
You
just have
absolutely
to,
can.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
the other
get it together.
equation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've done a lot of research,
Yeah.
and I definitely know friends who've done surrogacy
Yeah.
and all that. So it's getting easier and easier, and just
For
saving
sure.
up.
You'd be an outstanding father.
You really, you
Thank you.
need a child.
I do. I have like 6 godchildren.
You do.
Yeah. But I love kids. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I need a legacy.
You need a legacy.
You know?
Well, it's just interesting too, because Leah, out of everyone we know, it was like
A no-brainer.
born to be a mom.
She's
Totally.
most
And it's like this
maternal.
same-
100%.
So when she was like, I'm not having kids, we were all kind of like,
What?
huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not having kids? Like,
Mhm.
you're supposed to have kids. She's supposed to have kids.
Right.
And that's
right.
why you guys,
That's why
should have done it
sometimes the
together.
universe does confuse me as well.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
I think the universe just kind of opens your eyes to another option. You know, it's like she's not meant to in her head, but I feel like I still will in it. And even if it's not with her, which I don't think it will be.
I don't think so either.
No, I don't see how
Again,
that would
it's
work.
like that always adds layers to. I know people who've had babies with friends or things, and it just adds a. Not that it ever would with Leah, because she's just like the most easy, amazing, nurturing, loving soul. But you know, just like there's layers of it. So I like the idea of just like a beautiful black woman giving me her egg and having like the most beautiful
Right.
mixed baby on the planet.
I'm a yes for that.
Yeah, so we'll put it into the
We're
it's
putting it
in
into
the
the
universe. So we'll see.
Cozy Earth products are designed to transform your 5 to 9, the time that matters the most. It really does matter the most to me. My favorite time of the day. Into the coziest sanctuary. Luxury starts where you rest. Your bedroom should be more than just a place to sleep. It should be a retreat. Cozy Earth's best-selling bamboo sheets are buttery soft, temperature regulating, and crafted for 5-star comfort every night.
Wrap yourself in everyday indulgence. Cozy Earth's Luxe bath sheets bring spa-like softness into your home. These bath sheets are huge, ultra-absorbent, and so soft.
It's true. I feel like I'm at a spa when I get out of the shower. I love it. Transform your space risk-free with a 100-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty on all Cozy Earth bedding and bath products. Love them or send them back. But trust me, you won't want to.
Luxury shouldn't be out of reach. Visit CozyEarth.com and use our exclusive code BROADIdeas for 40% off these best-selling sheets, towels, pajamas, and more. And if you get a post-purchase survey, let them know you heard about Cozy Earth right here.
40% off. That is
That's wild.
outstanding.
Yeah.
It's wild. Sanctuary awaits at Cozy Earth. If you're looking for clean, non-toxic switches as we head into summer, your skincare routine is a great place to start. Dime, founded by a master esthetician, is more than just a skincare company.
With 4 skin-conscious categories, skincare, beauty, body care, and fragrance, Dime offers simple, spa-worthy products made with clean, non-toxic ingredients so you can feel good about what you're putting on your skin.
I feel really good about putting things that are not toxic on my skin. I am
Me too.
loving it. Right? It feels good. You don't feel guilty doing it. I'm loving
Yeah.
the Wonder Screen SPF 30 from Dime. Not
Nice.
only is it clean, it's mineral-based sunscreen, but it's 19% zinc oxide, which helps block UVA and UVB rays. Plus, it's not greasy and it doesn't leave a white cast. And they've got 3 tinted glow shades as well, which I love to do instead of a foundation.
Yeah.
As well as the untinted version. So it's great. Skincare that doubles as makeup. Yes, please.
Dime also just came out with a new nourishing cleansing oil that is luxurious. It melts away makeup, SPF, dirt, debris, you name it. It works so well, and I love how soft my skin feels afterwards. Finally, a truly clean cleansing oil.
Finally. And with thousands of glowing 5-star reviews and a loyal community, the results speak for themselves. Revive your skin and give yourself a clean routine refresh that you deserve. Go to dimebeautyco.com today. dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com. dimebeautyco.com.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to take us back again
I love going
to the
back.
beginning.
To Star Shoes.
Oh
To
my
Star
God,
Shoes.
Star Shoes. I brought that up the other day. I drove by. It looked so sad.
Oh, no.
It's like, I don't think Eve's even anything, but gosh, was that a time.
We would go out clubbing.
We would.
Every night there was a club, we were there.
Which there was a night every night.
There was one
It's
for
like
every
Justice
night.
Wednesday. This and then this.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable.
Yeah, and
LA
I
has
needed
changed
a
so
fake
much.
ID
Yeah.
because I was younger than everybody.
Literally. I remember I was talking to Leah about this actually, how the first official, like all of you meeting
Mhm.
was outside of the Viper Room
What?
on
Interesting.
Sunset.
What?
Yep. And I think we were seeing your boy.
I'm a robot?
I'm a robot.
Oh my God.
And you guys, I remember very specifically, you all had on like lingerie, like slip dresses, like
All of us.
literally, it was like shades. It was like a hue of every color of a slip dress, and I was like, God, these girls are so cool and so beautiful. Like, I want them to like me, and I'm like,
Oh my
I think I had
God.
met you and Leah before,
Yeah. You did.
and that's why I knew, and I was probably there with Scoot or someone. And I just remember you guys standing out front, like Veronique, and it was like Olivia and Leah and Rachel and Erica, and I was like, these girls are gonna be a big part of my life.
Aw.
Yeah,
were right.
cut to it worked.
It did work.
Worked.
You're mine.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God, I'm a robot days.
I know. But the whole crew, I mean, that's how and when you met Katy Perry.
Yeah, that's literally.
Do you remember?
Yeah, like I was at that point after I stopped working at JPA. Jules and I actually, who we were just talking about, partnered up. Her cousin was like a movie director, and he did that movie Wonderland.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Jay
remember.
Cox. And we did this whole, I remember we were both just like, I had just booked a Burger King commercial, like a buyout, and I had like $8,000. And that was like everything. And she was on Felicity. Do you know that?
God. No.
She was Jules.
I didn't
That
know
does sound
that.
familiar. I think
Jules
I do
was on
remember that.
Felicity.
Yeah.
That's iconic.
Iconic. And Jay was directing Wonderland with Val Kilmer, like Kate Bosworth. And we're like, we're doing the costumes. Like, we're doing the costume. It's Jay. Like, he's going to have us do it. And so we did this whole presentation. We spent like a week putting together all these mood boards and everything and presented to him. Like, he let us present to him. And he was like, you're not doing this movie. It's like a multi-million-dollar film. You guys have never done anything ever.
Yeah.
But you can assist the costume designer for free. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, I got my $8,000. We're good. She quit acting. We like moved in together into like some dump that I lived in. And we had the best time. It was like so iconic. And from there, the woman who was a costume designer of the film hired us both to be her assistants. Jules went on tour with the Rolling Stones. I did like all these commercials in production and in LA. And then it just kind of like took off. And then Jules got pregnant with London.
That's right.
In London, who's now in college and who's almost 21
That's
Crazy.
and is an
insane.
icon. She's so amazing. So she became my agent. And yeah, it was like right then, Jules and I were like out at like a fashion party and I met Katy Perry. And it was like hilarious. Like I've told this story because it's just so funny. She came up to me like at the bar and was like hitting on me. And then finally just said like, whose team are you on? Mine or his? And she was with this like hot guy I'd been eyeing all night. And I was like, his. And meanwhile, we're at this like chic house party, like fashion thing. And we're new. And she's like, see, Rob, I told you he was gay. And everyone looks. And I'm like, oh my God, literally. And then that was it. Like she like 2 days later, she's like, I'm crashing Clive Davis's Grammys party. Can I borrow a dress? Yeah. So I lent her something. And then a year later, she kissed a girl. And that's when it all really just got crazy.
So crazy.
Which was so rad too. Like watching your careers and her pop stardom get you like see Britney and Madonna and you're like, these are these icons. And you're like, okay, here I'm watching another one be built and created and
well, you didn't just watch it, you were part of it.
You were part of
totally,
the whole thing.
Totally. No, yeah, of course. I was definitely part of that experience for sure. But just watching, I mean, like going from a little venue to this to all of a sudden we're at Staples and we're like peeking out the curtains, her and I, and being like, oh my God, like just is so massive. It's so crazy.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought, were you not at Medieval Times with us that time in the limo bus?
I was.
You were?
With Katy?
With Katy?
Yeah.
She was with Johnny?
Yeah, Lewis.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I don't think I was there,
You
but
were not
I
there?
remember that
Maybe
time.
it was Adam's birthday.
Okay.
But we all, and like,
Love
that
it.
was back,
Yeah.
obviously, before she
Yeah.
was.
And the party where the pool collapsed at James's house.
And Misha, wasn't Misha on the pool
Yeah.
when it collapsed?
Dead
And
center.
she's like, my Chanel bag.
bag.
Oh,
Like,
all
fell
went
in the
under.
water.
that
Everything went
was-
underwater.
heat lamps, the bar, people. It was insane.
It was insane. It was like the
It was
Wasn't it
Titanic.
Jake
James.
Hoffman?
Yeah, it was
James and Jake
James
Hoffman.
and Jake's. You know who
they
else
had like the
was
Home
there?
Depot crew build the wood thing over the
pool,
pool.
and it collapsed.
Literally, I just remember being in the middle. think I was near Misha, and
Me
I maybe
too.
shoved her towards the end. I was like, I heard like cracking, and I was like, "What is that?" And then the whole pool. It was like another movie scene. Like
It
that was
was.
literally
Everyone
what
was
people were cut up. People were like,
Everyone was
Yeah.
and then
screaming.
everyone basically was naked and like wet and.
But you just heard, my Chanel
Yeah,
bag.
yeah.
And we were all like, what? You know who else I remember there that
Oh,
night? So we
God.
went back into the house to dance after
Uh-huh.
everybody wet.
Yep.
And the P. Diddy guy with the umbrella
Really?
was there dancing with us all night. Do you remember him?
I remember him
I remember
from
him
like.
having an umbrella. guy.
Wait, did he have an
Yes.
umbrella at the party?
Yes.
What? That was his thing?
And he was inviting people to go somewhere
To a
afterwards.
Diddy party?
Ooh,
no.
let's not touch that.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I remember
wow,
that
that's
night
so bizarre.
vividly.
I wonder how he was.
Because I remember being wet and being like, this is like a
Bizarre.
weird, and there's
Yeah.
a guy with the umbrella, and it was
The
just,
guy with the umbrella. Not the guy
you know,
with the umbrella.
That's
not the guy with the
iconic.
umbrella in the
That's iconic.
house. Yeah, it was iconic.
There were so many instances like
I
that.
know. I literally think back, like, I've lived here 26 years now, and I think back of like just moments that you kind of forget, and then you remember, you're like, oh my God, like that was iconic, or oh my God, that was iconic. And luckily, I've kept a journal since.
You have?
Oh, yeah. I've kept a journal since
You should've
sophomore
brought it.
year. Oh, girl, it's a suitcase. I have probably 16.
Like Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Did you watch her documentary with all her journals?
Did I?
What?
I'm obsessed with
Yes.
Pam.
The whole thing she journaled.
I wish I would
Yeah.
journal.
I know.
I have some actually.
It's like,
I have like randoms.
yeah.
I believe it.
I actually sometimes peek back in here and there and like, you know,
Woof.
and I definitely have like the I'm gay and scratched out.
Oh, Kevin.
Aw.
Thank you. I've been sick for 2 weeks. I can't get rid of a cough, and Kevin just brought me a glass of water.
That's sweet.
That's the Ohio,
Kevin.
baby. That's Midwest.
Oh.
So wait a minute. Talk to us a bit about how you became an icon in the styling world. So you met Katy, and then it didn't just stop there.
No, gosh. I mean, like, I had no formal training. Everyone always has been like, where'd you go to school? Where'd you learn? And blah, blah, blah. I really honestly, like, I'm the youngest of 5. So, like, my 2 sisters, my 2 brothers all have, like, decades. You know, it's like my sisters were in the 80s, like the 90s. So, all their aesthetics, you know, my brother Chris is that, like, skater from Clueless. My brother Kenny is very, like, Madonna, Prince. My sisters are, like, full 80s.
Kim.
My parents are, you know, 60s, like 70s. And so all their aesthetics and eras, and then my grandma was just so chic. So I always just was obsessed with fashion and costuming. And so I never really thought about being in this world until I literally booked a commercial. And I was like, they're like, can you bring some clothes with you on set? And blah, blah, blah. It was like a Coca-Cola commercial or something. And I brought like a whole suitcase, like everything I had. And I came dressed ready. You know how that works. And they like pay you when you use your own clothes. Remember? They're like $12 for your shirt and like $4 for your shoes. And they just started using my clothes on other people. And I was like, oh, cool. Like this is a thing, like a stylist. And then it was Jules really who was like, quit doing that. Let's be costume designers and whatever. I was like, okay. You know, at that point, I was like, no clue. I wanted to be everything under the sun in my life. And so I was like, all right, this will be a fun ride. And it was kind of like meeting Katy. You know, I styled like Alexis Bledel and like just like red carpet stuff. And like, and you're pulling clothes that are made. And so like when I started working with Katy, and we had all these like harebrained ideas of like costumes, I was like, okay, yeah, I can do that. And then I'd be like, how the fuck am I going to make these cupcake things spin or shoot Cool Whip out of her tits? Like, and then you just figure it out. Like I just like met so many incredibly creative people who are all part of the process of building these costumes, like electricians, you know, special effects people. And again, that was probably 23 years ago. So building costumes for Katy that were so iconic and people would see it all over the world, I became known as that, which led to other people, other artists reaching out and being like, we want you to make me costumes too. So
Like who?
like you name it, honestly, Shakira, Ariana Grande, Britney Spears, Mariah Carey.
Yes.
Like literally at one point I was like so booked. I was like, I had so many people and so many assistants and I was like never home. I was always flying somewhere. I was just like, you know, so physically drained and unhealthy, but like, you know, 25, 26, 27, you know, the younger years when you could like hang like that.
Yeah.
And it was just such a ride. It was just like, you know, and then opportunities from that came to like do TV stuff. So I started working on Top Model, like, you know, and Project Runway and like all these things, which was cool because I never wanted to do something that was just one thing. And that's, well, I've been so lucky, you know, it's like styling, costuming, TV hosting, you know, creating whatever. So it's just kind of snowballed. And I was just like all along for the ride. And yeah. And then eventually I was just kind of like, you know, hold on. I'm exhausted. I feel like I've done a lot. I mean, I did the Super Bowl. Like, I've done so many cool things that I was like, what do I want to do for me, you know? And one of them was like, take care of myself.
Yeah.
Get in like the best shape ever.
Which you have. It's insane.
Thank you. That's like, yeah, that's been such a fun journey to just like self-care is like so essential. They need to teach that in class, in school. It's like,
Big time.
take care of yourself.
100%.
Like that's crucial. So, and like I was telling Olivia, like directing and cause I'm like such a visual, such a creative, everything I see has a soundtrack or like everything just runs through my brain. And I'm like, I can't let any more time pass where I'm not like creating on that level.
Yeah.
So, that's like kind of like a huge focus for me right now is directing, writing. And I'm actually working on a, what?
Show we wrote in the car.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Dude.
What?
Yeah.
Right now?
No, we went to
the
Zach's.
the Beverly Hills
Oh, yeah.
Film
Yeah.
Festival.
Yeah.
And on the ride we came up with a whole
Show?
don't worry, you're a producer.
Don't worry,
on it.
you're executive producer.
Don't worry, you're the
Okay,
star.
great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, you're starring and
Great.
executive producing.
Okay, cool.
But it's been fun because like you know, when you find like the real joy and passion in things, you're just like so amped on it. You know, like
Yeah.
and so I'm writing a show about my sister.
It's genius.
It's literally writing itself. I mean, this show, Kim.
She is a
'cause
show.
She literally
Kim is everything.
She still can't comprehend that she's actually not playing herself. You know, I'm like, no, it's not like a reality show. Like, every time I bring it up or we have like a Zoom about like stories, she's just like, and so then I was thinking, like I'm like, Kim, it's not a reality show. It's like a scripted sitcom, you know, whatever. And she's like, well, you know, she'll definitely have a cameo. She'll work at like the DMV in a scene or something, like
She'll
just
work at the DMV.
something. But it's literally been so fun because everything we're doing is like a real experience, a real story. And it's just like so bizarre. Like she's just so funny. So I feel really good about this.
You met Britney Spears?
Yeah.
Have we not talked about this?
Oh, my Britney story is crazy.
Oh shit.
It's amazing. I mean, it's like iconic Britney. I met her. So there was a photo shoot. This photographer I worked with a bunch. He's like, okay, last minute, we have this shoot. It's A-list celeb. Can't tell you who yet, but it's a female. It's a pop star. And we shoot in like 3 days. So start prepping. I was like, I don't know who I'm prepping for or what it is.
Yeah.
Like, just like, so I'm just wrangling everything I can. And then literally the night before, he's like, it's for Britney Spears. And I was like, oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What Britney era are we talking?
Okay, so we're talking Britney. She was shooting this video at the time. I think it's after she shaved her head. It's there. She had long blonde hair. Gosh, what video was she shooting? Because I remember she had come from the video she was shooting to shoot our thing up in the hills. And, you know, she was a couple hours late and everyone was like stressed out. And I had a girl with me as my assistant. And she shows up trailed by, I mean, paparazzi up the ass. Like this poor girl. I mean, like, I got it. Like we've seen paparazzi, we've experienced it. But on this level, and the streets are narrow and it's just like chaotic. And she runs inside and like, literally her and her assistant like literally run right inside into my wardrobe room and like slam the door. And I was like, wait. There's like too much shit in there to not be around, you know? And so they were in there for like a good hour. And finally I got in and there was like, she had a little dog with her that had shit on a gown. She had a shirt that she had like used for a napkin. So I was just like, okay, just like, it's Britney, you know, just like surrender to this and just like, it's going to be great. And so I remember first setup, first shot, music's playing, we're dancing, and she's being photographed. And my assistant and I were like geeking and talking about something. And like, she laughed and Britney was not, thought we were like maybe laughing at her or something. So no joke, storms off set.
What?
Well, first she walked over to the CD player, because at that time it was CD players, and grabs her CD, which I think was like Janet Jackson, storms off back into my wardrobe room. This story's been published, so it's okay. It was for OK Magazine.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, it was like a coming out as a, you know, great mother and like I've got my shit together and this and that, and then has this full breakdown, and I'm like, fuck, like, oh my God, this is our fault. Like we weren't laughing at her, like we were laughing at something else completely, in all honesty. Oof. And so yeah, she ended up like raiding the closet, taking a bunch of shit and going back to the set of her video and wearing some of it in the video, which was kind of fun. Yeah. But I remember.
You don't remember the video? Now I want to go and
it's
look.
The one, it's like I'll remember. It's like she's sexy, maybe on a stripper pole. No, I really, honestly, I'm blanking right now, but we'll remember.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like, oh my God, there's the shoes. Oh my God, there's that. And so yeah, okay, switched the story clearly into like the cover story was her storming off set.
That's messed up.
I know. It was really sad. Brutal. And I was like, well, that's my Britney experience, you know.
Wow.
But yeah.
Poor Britney.
I know. I have nothing but love for her.
Imagine growing up with that amount of just everything. Eyes on you, like all of it.
Yeah.
And they spin the story.
I know. You really just, I mean, she's such an icon and she always will be. It's like, you just really need a solid support crew. Like family, friends, whatever you can have around you, because it's a lot. I mean,
even with that, sometimes it doesn't work out.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, totally. I'm just like, yeah, you have to just have a strong sense of self to just like fight all that, because it's overwhelming. I mean, like, I've never experienced
that wild. It's so wild. Someone was talking about this recently, how it goes back to the beginning of time. It was like there's 3 things that are valuable, and it's like fame, money, and what you can provide or something like that. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm botching it completely.
Mhm.
But that's a tale as old as time.
hmm
Yet, the people that get it at that highest level possible suffer greatly for it. So what is it as a civilization that still propels people and makes them want to achieve that? When once you get it, you're worse off,
Right.
right? Isn't that a wild thing in the
Mhm.
psyche of
Definitely.
human beings?
I feel like it's everything has balance.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like having power like that gives you the opportunity to do a lot of things in the light.
Mm-hmm.
And it also gives you power to do things in the dark where you become, all these things.
Right.
And then you're surrounded by people who feed all those things and make you kind of an evil narcissist,
Right.
ego person.
Right.
But I've definitely worked with some people who are such light and such love and
Yeah.
just shed light and use it to the best.
For sure.
But yeah, it's a lot. I mean, you have to just go into it as a warrior and be like, but it is crazy.
yeah.
Especially now with social media, it's like there's so much, like there's no privacy anymore.
Mm-mm.
Like we were talking about this too at clubs, like we just had fun.
Mm-hmm.
There was
Yeah.
no phones, no
Oh my
one's
God,
being
could you
recorded.
imagine?
No. Like literally we got away with so much and didn't have to worry,
Yeah.
until we got outside and then there was
Outside.
like some people, but once you're inside, you're like safe and you could be free
It was
and you
like
could
flip phones.
yeah.
But before, remember,
Flip
you
phones.
couldn't so you'd see
Sidekick.
people doing stuff and then it would just travel word of mouth.
Yeah, totally.
Like there wasn't a picture.
hmm
Isn't that weird?
It's very
And
bizarre.
I'm like, what did we see?
Oh, we
Literally.
saw some
Honey, we saw something.
we saw some things.
Yeah.
You know?
I definitely remember one time dancing with Janet Jackson at Hyde.
Same. Were we together?
Probably. I think we were actually.
I think we
was
were.
I there?
Probably. I
I
mean,
don't
it was
think
like
I 100%
it's like the
remember,
skinny
'cause it's
Hyde
so
up next to the
small.
laugh play, the comedy place.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, I remember dancing, and she's like, "Get it," and got up, and I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god,
Dancing with Janet
I'm dancing with Janet. Oh my god, oh my god."
Yeah.
Like moments like that only
I remember
just
Brittany
remember.
on the dance floor at like
Joseph.
Yes.
I remember In Sync,
Yep.
Justin. Like I remember Christina, all them at Joseph's.
totally.
Joseph's was so fun.
It was fun.
We should do a Joseph's night, like bring it back for like one night only.
We should.
One night only.
Like a reunion party
hmm
and have only
Yeah,
the
Jen.
people. Yes.
Yeah, have both
Jen and
houses-
Sarah
Jen
do
and
it.
Sarah do it at the door.
Oh my God.
That would
Yeah.
be like a great birthday party for someone. Is throw them a
Maybe, yeah.
surprise Joseph's.
Shh.
She doesn't listen.
Yeah.
I don't listen. I don't even know what you're
What?
saying. Also, I hate surprise parties.
Hmm.
If you're not a model,
We tried.
you're not famous, you're not getting in.
Literally.
Literally.
I tried to throw a surprise birthday for Jules and it didn't work.
What do you mean?
happened?
Well, Ryder said something.
Oh.
I specifically said, I was like, don't, like, if we're going to do this, who should we invite? Like, blah, 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 keep it small. And like 2 days before, Jules was like, she like busted into my room. She's like, just FYI, like, don't do anything for my birthday. Like, I just want to like, just do whatever I want. And I don't want to feel committed to anything. I was like, okay. Like, and I go into Ryder's room and she's like, well, I didn't really say anything. All I said was, and I was like, that's all you have to say. All I
Right.
said was. So,
All I said was he
Yeah.
was throwing you a surprise party.
but we
Yeah.
actually had like an amazing, like fun day and just hung by the pool and like Tess came over and they like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. She moved to Texas.
Really?
She's
That's
married,
awesome.
Wow.
living her best life.
Is she still in the art world?
She's still kind of long distances at the gallery.
That took her.
It really did.
It's like you really don't ever know where you're going.
Literally. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I know. It's kind of overwhelming because growing up in like the Midwest, like my dad worked at Chrysler from the day I was born till the day he died. And it's like people just like have these 9-to-5s and have these things.
Mhm.
And I think that's where I had the mentality of like, I'll never do the same thing my whole life, nor work in a cubicle or like have that kind of life. And so, yeah, it's like freelance is, I mean, my life has definitely been like up and down and up and down. And it was like really the pandemic and COVID times where I was like home. And I was just finished filming a show in Connecticut and I was going to go visit my mom for 2 days. And I stayed 7 weeks.
7 weeks?
My agent's like, don't come back. Like
Yeah.
LA is freaky. All
Yeah.
your work's canceled. This is a cool time for you to spend with your mom. And
Aw.
it was like so valuable. And all my friends, like I haven't been home that long since I've lived there.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, this is like, you get so wrapped up in LA and like, all the things that you think are important. And then
Yeah.
you're like, fuck, that's not, like family, happiness, silence, That's why I love living in the Valley. I can't believe it took me that long, but like,
You finally
so
were a Valley
quiet and just-
convert.
I'm a Valley girl.
Yeah.
It's
Valley's
just
the
so
best.
nice and quiet.
It
And
is
you
so
can
nice
park
and
and the
quiet.
grocery stores are easy.
It's
so
all
much
about
better.
parking, you
Like,
guys.
there's no
Literally.
It's
question.
the only thing that matters.
Literally.
Parking.
I'm checking this not because I'm bored,
'Cause
but
Jackie
because
might
Jackie
be
might
here.
be here. So
For
I
her
just want to
boots?
make sure.
I can't wait.
Everyone
to
who's
see.
listening will know what we're talking about because
She talked about it on the. Were you wearing the
massively-
boots when she was on?
No.
No, she just said we just talked about it.
Oh.
So they would actually get she's going to come pick up the boots.
Got it.
No,
Yeah.
it's a callback.
It's a
Did you
callback.
tell her that about the possible chafing?
I did. I did.
Right. You did.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice.
Open book over
So-
here. You know what I mean?
Love a heads up.
Here's a heads up. Here's a
Aw.
heads up. Yeah.
Drink your juice.
I know,
Shelby.
Rachel,
Having
this
my
is the
Kevin
longest
water.
Drink your juice.
The
thing
longest
ever.
sickness ever.
I mean,
What lasts 2 weeks?
well,
Sounds like the
I have
beginning of a good joke.
I have a list. Yeah. What lasts 2 weeks?
What lasts 2 weeks
me
that you
if,
choke on?
That you choke
you
on.
choke on.
Oh my
Do tell,
Lord.
Johnny. Do tell. So, okay. All of that career stuff aside,
Mm-hmm.
what's your favorite thing about Rachel?
What?
Aw. My favorite thing about Rachel.
What?
Oh my gosh. Just one?
Look at her face.
It's
You're
a-
an asshole. I don't like this game. Can we talk
I
about?
think that my favorite thing really is, and I like attribute this to just being like a real person, is that you just always have been the same with me. Like you,
not with anyone else.
no, not
You
with
act
anyone else.
weird
I
with other
definitely
people.
see
Yeah.
you really weird with it. No, but just like you have always been the silly, quirky, goofy, fun, nurturing, loving, supportive person from day one to now.
Aw,
and
sweet.
just watching your career take off and all these fun things, and I just love when people just stay true,
Yeah,
and I just like
but
really
that
respect
goes
that.
for you.
Yeah.
It goes,
Well, I'm an asshole now
you're a complete asshole.
Yeah,
but
it's like
other
it's
than
all
that,
front,
you
yeah.
always were. So
Yeah.
no, it's just true.
because, like we were saying, it's like you can get
But it's
jaded
also
and
the
get
support
lost in
system.
the
What we're
sauce.
talking about, the support
Totally.
system. Like we've been friends for almost 25 years.
Yeah.
and it's still the same.
totally.
Mhm.
Yeah, we still literally bring up the same fucking jokes from
same
forever.
Forever.
I see deer comes off, like
Oh my
the liver
God.
rings, like all these things.
Johnny and I
Brandy,
had
Monica,
to, I had to audition and sing Journey.
Uh huh.
So now every time,
Every time.
anytime we hear Journey or that song,
And it's the completely wrong words, but we're
it's
like,
long lyrics because that was
It-
the commercial or something.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
uh, it was, and we talked
about the
liver rings. Yeah. It's like the liver ring or something. And we're like,
Yeah.
about the liver rings.
Yeah.
liver
We did not
rings.
book that
Liver rings.
commercial.
We didn't. It was like a Mitsubishi.
Oh, you guys had to do it together?
It was like one of those
we
sing-along-
happened to get called in
Oh, that's
together,
cute.
like
How
randomly. I know, so
God,
cute.
can we get that footage? Yeah.
Do you remember when I dated Brett and he dropped a raw turkey at my doorstep?
Yeah, I do.
Because it was Thanksgiving.
Literally, he's like, pop.
Thanksgiving, he left a butterball frozen turkey on the doormat.
Oh, God.
And then at Christmas, he left a Christmas tree.
Unbelievable.
That's
On the
kind of
doormat.
a sick
yeah,
move, though.
he
To like
is.
leave someone a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I like that.
He also
Yeah.
accidentally gave me a black eye in my
I
sleep.
remember that.
He was
I
like
re-
dreaming and
I remember
punched me
that
in the
too.
eye.
I remember that too.
Those are the good times, guys.
Yeah, I miss our sleepovers. We used to have like,
Slumber parties.
yeah, I used to like rotate between you and Leah.
Uh huh. You would either sleep in my bed or Leah's
your
bed.
bed, your bed. They were both so
It's
comfy.
before you came out. And we were like, yeah.
Yeah.
No. We
Yeah.
just,
You're like, one of us is going to fuck him.
Leah.
We're like,
money.
Yeah,
was
we
on
would
Leah.
have- we'd have a
sleeping
kid by now.
topless with him, and he's not. Like,
Literally.
come on. you
Yeah,
know?
I remember when that happened because she used to like, wear a t-shirt.
Oh, she did.
Oh, yeah, in the beginning.
In the beginning.
Yeah. And then I
Yeah.
remember being like,
That she
you know,
did.
And then it's like, now it's just full naked, you know,
Full naked.
both of us or her or whatever. I'm just like, okay.
I can't even picture Leah in
In
bed
clothes.
with a shirt on.
Literally.
You know?
Same.
Can you?
No.
She's just like, there's boobies. They're just like, she's like, morning,
There. Yeah.
morning.
Yeah. Boobies.
Yeah.
I was looking through pictures and videos, and she's naked
Yeah, I know.
in all
Love
of them.
that.
I had to move away because Jeff was right there. And then I was like, Speaking of Jeff, you're Jeff's favorite person. I mean, you're everyone's favorite person. And sometimes I get annoyed, like when I meet people and they're like, "Oh, Johnny,
And Johnny's my best friend.
love
We're like,
it,"
"Fuck
and I'm
you."
just like, "No,
Shut up.
okay, calm down."
Aw.
You don't
know.
know. You don't know.
But no, I actually,
Ain't that?
right?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, of course you feel that way.
I love that.
It's true. You're everybody's favorite. There's not a single person that comes in contact with you that doesn't leave loving you.
I know a couple.
You do. Let's call them.
Yeah.
Well, probably
Who
my
are they?
ex.
Well,
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, fuck
That
that.
that's
one.
just, I
We
know.
won't even say his name. Ricky. But I mean, I like love that. I mean, like that is the goal. That's what I'm saying. Like above fortune,
Yeah.
fame, success, like just being liked and like seen for being a good person is like the most important to me.
But you know what I want to point out about that, and this is one of the reasons why that exists with you, is because you treat every single person the same. You really do. You will give as much energy to some random
Olivia, as
you know
Rachel.
what I mean? Yeah, you'll give
No, but yeah,
you
yeah.
give the attention and energy to each person as if they matter the same, and it's unwavering.
Mm.
And so I think people recognize the integrity of that, and they recognize like you make them feel special.
Love that.
I do too.
I get that from my dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, my
Aw,
dad
yeah.
definitely like saw people, and he like, you know, from the checkout lady at the village market to like whoever, he
Yeah.
just like saw them and gave them time.
Oh, God.
Oh, Dad.
Don't cry.
Or cry. We like it when people cry.
We love it when people cry.
Yeah, we love crying.
But that matters more than anything.
Anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
because all we do is just want to be seen, you know, and
Yeah.
just like that's like one of the biggest things that I've learned in life. It's like you're always trying to prove yourself, and like especially in some place like LA.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, like I was saying, my career has gone up, down, over, around. And it's like, there's times when I'm like, what am I? Like, what am I? Like, who am I? What do I stand for? And then you say things like that. And I'm just like, oh, I'm just a good person, you know,
are
like,
a good person.
and that's enough.
That's more than enough.
It's literally enough. And I love it. And I'm proud of it.
Oh.
I'm not crying. This is excess tears from before.
From earlier today.
There's some dust in here or something.
Cue Jackie for the boots.
Yeah, Jackie.
Jackie, going somewhere, Jackie.
The craziest thing to me is the timing of like you starting out styling, me on the OC,
Mhm.
but then us not working together in that capacity.
I know.
That's
It's
so weird.
one of the crazier, but it was just the timing.
I mean, it's timing, and also I feel like, well,
He's like, I don't like your style.
I love your style.
kidding.
There was, I remember like maybe once, and
Yeah.
you might remember this,
Yes.
when we were going to something for the OC,
Yes.
and it was like a rock tee, and it was like the most,
Oh my God. My
at the
vintage
time,
tee,
it was like at the
little,
time
like,
that was what we were
skirt.
doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And you look so
Vintage,
cute,
like
and
white ankle boots.
It was fun. Yes. It was so spontaneous. And that was the only time. But then I feel like you booked the OC,
That was just us
and
playing.
then wasn't Nicole.
She was working on the OC with
And
me.
you guys really, and I was like,
And
I'm not
she was
one
like,
to ever step on
I
anyone's
know, but
foot.
and she literally was like, I want to start styling. Will you be my first
Love that.
client? And I was like, yeah, sure. You know,
Great.
I know.
Talk about starting someone's career.
Yeah.
You know? Nicole's amazing. I'm obsessed with Nicole, and she does great work, and it's awesome to see her grow. But that was definitely, I was like, Nicole can have her.
I know.
Yeah.
It always
Yeah.
felt a little.
For now.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, because
Totally.
But that's another attribute is
Right.
that you've never felt salt on that.
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
Maybe
not
once.
normal,
Never.
Johnny. That's not normal.
Well, once. No, I'm kidding.
That one time.
Honestly, like there's just
Enough.
what's the point? Yeah, there's enough.
No, I
Let
know.
everyone succeed and thrive. And like, that's one thing for sure in this biz that I learned when I started. Like, people were like very protective. I'm never one to ever want to poach or anything. And there's been experiences where I've been booked by a photographer and ended up on set with an actress who has someone else's client, and there's like been saboteur moves.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I see. And then you
Interesting.
spin it to like a positive where you call the person and say, thanks for sending that over. Like, that was so amazing and helpful. And they're like, wait, what? You don't want to like bitch me out? I'm like, why would I waste my time doing that?
Ego.
Like,
You don't have
I don't
ego.
care.
That's what it
What
is.
you sent is crap and she looked like shit, but awesome. Kidding. But yeah, ego. Honestly, like ego. And I've worked so hard to just release that and just surrender to just being like, take it or leave it. You do you, I do me. Let's both thrive.
Yeah.
Let's all thrive.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Because it's,
I feel like you guys do that too.
I mean, we try our
that's
best to.
literally-
Everyone has their moments.
I mean, you
know?
definitely, we all have to try and
Yeah.
remind ourselves because life is life. But, at this point, I remember having a gazillion, bajillion friends and having birthday parties with like hundreds of people being there. And then it's like, as the years go, you just narrow down to like the core people who, bring you joy, who give you what you need and you give them what they need. And you're just like, wait, where'd all my friends go? And you're like, oh, no, this is how it's supposed to be, like, and your time is valuable and
Precious. We were just talking about that this morning, right? Like how you spend your time matters, who you surround yourself with, what kind of energies. It's like, it's too short to sacrifice that in any way.
Totally.
And like the great Jay-Z says,
What?
the castle got bigger and the circle got smaller.
Totally. Love
You know?
Absolutely. It's 100% true.
Because you don't need as much. You're like, I'm good. I got my
Castle.
people. I have a castle. So
I got my
fucking-
castle. I don't need anybody else.
I need nothing. No, but I think as you mature, you realize it's quality over. I mean, it's
Quantity.
Quality over quantity?
It's, that's
right.
definitely a saying.
Yeah.
That is
I was gonna
definitely
say
is a
it.
saying.
I was gonna say it reverse. It's not. It used to be quantity. Like I have so many people,
Totally.
and now it's like
Nope.
I have valuable people.
Totally.
I have like 2 people I'll leave the house for.
Yeah. Who are they?
Briar.
Who's this?
It's okay.
1. I have 1.
Prior. And your mom and your family and stuff.
Ish.
Yeah.
I'm
Depends.
It depends.
Yeah,
Or
that's
shepherd.
definitely a thing too. Like, I'm a giver. So yeah, you got to like really protect because
Yeah.
you'll give and give and give. And then you see who gives back and you're just like, okay, I'm not going to give you
Interesting.
anymore. It feels good. I
I'm not
mean,
gonna give you
no
anymore.
feels good.
No means no.
No means no, okay? No, but like I was like a yes man for years and I'd be like, I'll do it. Sure. Yeah, I'll help you. And then I'm like, ugh, I hate that I'm doing this or I resent them and I resent myself for doing it. And then it's just easier to be like, you know what? No.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugh,
Boundaries.
boundaries.
Liberation.
Wonderful.
Literally.
What is that?
It's interesting. Oh yeah. I forgot I brought those. These?
What? Yeah.
I forgot. Okay, so I brought some oracle cards.
Okay.
Love.
So basically, oracle cards are different from tarot. Tarot like reads the whole bit. Oracle cards is basically you just kind of like set an intention, think of something, or like it could just be a message for the day. And so sometimes I'll pull these out and just pull one, and it's just like a nice little
Pull one.
message and reminder.
Let's
well,
do it.
you pull one.
Okay.
Both of you pull one.
Well,
Yeah.
all of us.
I brought them for you. Yeah.
Kevin, you too.
Sure.
Yeah, Kevin. I
Yeah,
figured the
Kevin.
Rose Oracle is kind of more the vibe.
Yeah. For sure.
So yeah.
Reminds me of the Louise L. Hay cards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what?
Louise L. Hay
Uh-huh.
cards.
Ooh.
My mom every time makes me pull one.
Love
at her house.
that.
Yeah.
Love.
God, Jan.
Jan.
Jan really always has always
Icon.
gotten it.
She came getting it.
She came out getting it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just like pull with
Intention.
intention. Today.
Damn it. There's nothing on it.
You're lying.
Wait. Oh, no. There is.
I was like, oh my god.
It's blank.
The Joker.
Come on over here, Kevin.
Let the card come to you.
Not that one. I'm kidding.
No.
All right, and should I hold it for you while you pull it?
No, I can do it.
Okay. Olivia, you go first. We'll go around it.
Okay.
The Anointed.
Oh.
How cool is that?
I love it. Answer the call. Leadership, empowerment, soul gifts.
Soul gifts.
Soul gifts. I like soul
Some
gifts.
soul sisters you've been.
Wait, read it again.
Answer the call. Is Jackie calling?
Stop it.
Oh my
Stop
God.
it. That would
That
have been
would've been-
crazy.
Let me just check.
That would have been.
Okay, it says, no, she's not. Okay. It says, answer the call. The timing of that would have just been
Perfect.
leadership, empowerment, soul gifts.
Cool.
Love it.
Love it.
How do you interpret
feel
that?
about that?
Yeah, what is that?
Answer the call is
Jackie.
Jackie when she gets here for the shoes.
Yeah.
No, answer the call to me is from my own inner voice when it's trying to get my attention.
Mm.
Answer it,
Totally.
honor it, live by
You
it.
did it.
Did it,
Mm-hmm.
which leads to leadership and
Yep.
empowerment, freedom of giving
Whatever you
a
want.
fuck what anyone
Fucking
thinks.
move into that castle.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn right.
Empowerment is the keys to the castle. And soul gifts are when you take those risks, when you answer that call, when you honor it, your soul gets the gifts it's actually asking for. The universe is watching. That's
You're
what
rewarded.
I hear.
Beautiful.
Love that.
Love,
it.
And then after we do that, we go, and so it is.
And so it
And
is.
so it is.
So it is.
And so
Kevin?
it is.
No.
Mine's
Kev,
great.
snap
Oh,
it.
sorry. I was reading mine.
Okay, Kevin's up.
Kevin.
Mine is the Sacred Waters.
Ooh.
Oh.
I love it.
You brought
Oh
me
my
water.
God.
Yes.
And you brought.
You brought me the
That's
sacred
wild.
water.
The Sacred Waters. Nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, and self-care.
Oh my God.
This is beautiful.
Honestly,
Take a picture of it, Kevin.
That-
How
Yeah.
does that sit with you?
that's
It really resonates with me because I feel like it's all things that I feel like I could use a little bit more of. Just being too focused on, being super busy with work and
Yeah.
life and everything. This is truly like a good reminder of like, don't forget these essentials for yourself. So this is beautiful.
That's
Love
amazing.
that.
Yeah, it's
yes,
awesome.
Kevin.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really good,
And
Kevin.
so
So
it
it
is.
is.
So it is.
And you really did just bring her water
Yeah,
for her
Literally
health
brought
and
me sacred
nourishment.
water.
Unbelievable.
I got the second bloom. A
Oh.
second chance.
Oh.
It's never too late. New possibilities.
Oh.
That means so much on so many
So many
levels for you
levels
right now.
So many.
God. Let's dive into
Like
this.
a lot.
go?
So many. I went to all of it.
Wow, yeah.
I went
like, on
places
a
that
lot.
I
Where
don't
did
even
you
know
go?
is there like someone new in your life or is there like
second
Or is it a
chance,
second
or is
chance
it-
with someone?
Like-
Or
Oh.
all, like, I see it on all levels right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
I'm telling you, these cards really
They
just,
really hit.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Okay, last but not least. The Child Within.
Oh, little Johnny.
And you cried. I saw your little child
I
cry.
saw
I
the
cried.
squirt.
You did.
And also, we talked about being a dad. The Child
Oh.
Within. Okay, inner mother.
Hello.
Okay. Innocence. Gentleness.
Yes.
Tenderness.
Yes.
I mean, literally, it just really resonates on many levels because innocence I take as I beat myself up a lot about like mistakes, about regret. And I always I have a tattoo, it says no regrets. And I'm just like, don't regret. So like the innocence of failure and like you grow. I've learned that failure's okay. Fucking up's okay. You're meant to learn, to grow. So I really love that. Gentleness.
You were so gentle.
I'm just a gentle giant.
You are a gentle giant.
Again, back to my dad.
You're
He
a
was like a
Bernedoodle.
giant beast and he was just such a teddy bear. And tenderness, again, it's like, I think tenderness is again with self, like, be kind and gentle with myself and give myself a break, I don't have it all figured out, and it's okay.
It's okay.
You know,
Mhm.
be tender.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so it is.
And so it is.
You know what
How
I
cool
like
are oracle
too?
cards?
Johnny, for you in that
I'll leave
is
this back
that
here.
to me, what I hear from that card is you deserve the same treatment you give to everyone else. Because that's how you show up, is tender, gentle. If I said I made a mistake, you'd be like, it's okay.
Mhm.
Like, you would never be like, wow, that sucks. You
Right.
would be like, it's all right. Like, you would come with that tenderness.
It's definitely true.
Yeah.
I mean, and I, again, like it's a big struggle to be like, I'm worth that. I deserve that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've gotten really good at it. I still have work to do, but I definitely am getting there.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life is a journey.
Life is a journey.
Not a
And every
destination.
You are the queen of a quote. I
She
love
is the
it.
queen
of
You
a quote.
love
On.
a quote.
Fucking death.
She
You're like,
does.
do you have an earpiece in and someone's feeding you these
Yes.
quotes?
It's called
Kevin.
the universe.
Speaking of which, really quickly, Briar and I watched Miss Congeniality this weekend. She's
Wow.
never seen it. Well, because, she's 10.
Yeah.
But,
How
I mean,
unbelievable.
love?
loved.
Loved.
She didn't like the beginning where there's a shootout. She's like,
Right,
Mom,
right,
I
right,
don't want to
right.
watch if anyone's going to get shot.
I have a few people in my life that I would die if I met, or I would live, is Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Like if I ever met Sandra Bullock or Julia Roberts, I would just die. Live. Never die.
I would just
But
die.
what an icon. God, she is just so
I
funny.
mean,
And so
she's
that
so good
movie.
at that.
Outstanding.
That
Now you have
movie-
to watch Miss Congeniality too.
Oh, I know. It's on the
Yeah,
books.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
What?
Miss Congeniality
What's
too.
what?
Oh,
Who
how about in Friends? If you know it through the wall, you know it too well.
And I love when she does the
have I seen it too?
like German water.
The water.
Unbelievable.
Die.
I think I'm gonna do that for my drag
talent
Christmas
show?
talent show next year.
You're going to play the glasses?
But like
you
I'll
can
just
play a water glass?
no.
Oh.
It's gonna be just like, you know how drag queens lip sync?
Yeah.
I'll definitely have just water things and a sound, and I'll do like a
We wear the same
mimic.
outfit?
Oh yeah,
Okay, great.
definitely.
Great.
Might have that actually in the garage.
That's amazing.
The lederhosen dress.
Johnny, we love you. Oh, you have something else?
No, I was just gonna say who's in Miss Congeniality too.
Sandra Bullock
Bullock,
again.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who's the guy? Is it the same
Is
guy?
it the same guy?
The guy was hot. Remember
What's
him?
his name? Didn't he date
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full circle. What's his name? It's not
Benjamin.
Benjamin Bratt.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he's in two. Probably.
All right, I gotta rewatch.
Yeah. Look
that.
into this.
Okay.
I gotta
Yeah.
look into this. Deep
I love you
research.
too.
Love you so much.
I love you too.
I love you so much.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming on.
Is there
Yeah.
more you want to share?
I mean, you know, I
Like-
could talk to you guys for hours.
I know.
Um,
I'm like, I feel like one quote or like,
one quote.
One quote? You're going to leave us with a quote?
can you leave us with a quote?
Well, in the words of the great Britney Spears,
Yes.
hit me, baby, one more time. You know?
Yay! Anytime I'm around Johnny, it's like just a breath of fresh air, you know?
Yeah.
He brings the sunshine. Just so does Leah.
100%.
Like that's why the two of them together are such a crazy combination.
Agreed.
Yeah. I just needed to say that.
Say it again,
You know what I do want to talk about a little bit?
please.
We were talking about this before we started recording with Johnny. I need opinions on electric vehicles.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. I don't know.
Oh.
I've never driven one.
Have you?
I have a hybrid Prius, which is
Oh, I
not
had that.
very I don't need to write home about it. But what I like about it is it's mostly I think electric, but what you're talking about really stresses me out. I did a big road trip with a friend in an electric car,
You did it.
And-
They
and-
were driving an electric car?
and we had to do like a 45-minute coffee stop while we waited, which was
Every
fine,
time.
whatever. But the road trip thing is what stresses me out.
Now, okay, I'm happy you said that because I want to know if people think I'm crazy because the added anxiety and stress it causes me, if you have to take a road trip,
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
I have a question on that. So, what if like your daily life,
You don't ever road trip?
yeah, and you do once a year for the amount it will save you in gas, can't you just rent a car for the road trip?
You can do that.
Right.
But all I'm saying, as a mother, a single mother, any adding to
Right.
the stress of travel is something I don't need. I am all for
Right.
support. It's way better for the environment. But listen, I can have a happy medium. I can have a plug-in hybrid. I can have electricity
There you go.
in my mainly daily
That's
routine.
what I want my next car to be. Like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I have to go further, I don't have to stress.
And
And I have that option.
I think
Yeah.
those sell better because of that exact reason,
Yeah.
that people want the comfort of gas,
just in case.
gas for an emergency. Yeah,
Right.
like just in case it's needed.
I'm so happy I'm being supported.
I feel the same way about, and as a vegan, I feel the same way about hybrid cars that I do like vegan restaurants. That's a very controversial take. I'm going to get dragged, rightfully so. But I think restaurants that have vegan options sell way better than vegan restaurants, like standalone vegan restaurants.
I
That makes
fully
sense.
believe that.
I feel the same way with like hybrid cars. I think hybrids sell better than electric cars for the same reason that people are like, I don't know if I can go electric. I feel like it's the same hesitation with like, I don't know if I want to go to a vegan restaurant. But they'll go to a restaurant that has vegan options. Same with like, they want the hybrid car that has the option of gas if needed.
I had someone say to me, I think you're the only person that has ever gone fully electric and then gone back.
Oh, really?
No, not at all.
I don't believe that. I think that that's probably a common experience because then they see going on a road trip or whatever.
It's just like, and I don't think it's a big deal to people, but it is like you have to plan. You're going to be stopped for a half hour.
That is a big deal.
If you have little kids, it's a
I
big
know.
deal.
We went snowboarding, skiing with our friends that have a fully electric car, and we got back to the hotel and they're like, all right, we're going to leave and go charge our car while everyone was settled. And Jeff was like, you really want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
You want to get back to where we're going and then go have to physically charge your car somewhere and come back?
Yeah. Look, in a few years,
I was like, but
it's
the
probably
Rivian's
going to be way.
cute.
I'm sure there'll be a lot more available stations. It'll be more normal.
Convenient.
But right now,
Yeah, I hear you. I do.
she was going to get an all-electric SUV,
Yeah.
and I said, abso-fucking-lutely not.
Or even truck.
No, she said she wants a truck, like a pickup truck. Okay,
Whoa.
Olivia, you've never been in a car with Olivia.
And you never will be.
You never
on.
want to
Unless
be.
you
Hey,
drive.
never say never.
No,
You don't wanna
nobody
be,
lets me
Kevin.
drive if
I
they
don't
have
let
the
her drive.
option.
I don't let her drive. It is like driving with a grandma,
Uh-huh.
but like times
Stre-
100.
Even more stressful, yeah.
It's a common experience of people.
Sure. Yeah.
I was driving someone recently. I'm like, they didn't know. I didn't tell them.
It's
Yeah.
really a thing.
I get it. I don't like my own
Olivia
driving.
in a pickup truck, I can't.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I
No,
want to
you
be
don't
able
want
to.
her behind the wheel of a
4x4?
pickup truck.
Yeah.
I think
Trust
it would
me.
be awesome.
Yeah.
No, she can't do it. You can do anything in life but that.
That'll be our bonus episode. Olivia in a pickup truck.
Let's take her out in one and just for the experience, like video it.
Like it'll
Good
be like
Lord.
I can barely these parking spots here.
Yeah,
I'm like
it's really tough.
thank God nobody's watching me because this is humiliating.
I did that with a friend recently who parked here, and I'd never met him before. Super nice guy. We had like a really fun like hang and got lunch and stuff. And I watched him pull out, and I've never done this before. I started laughing. And not like he didn't see her or anything, but it was so jilted. I felt so bad, but it was like it was comedic. It was like Austin Powers.
Come out and watch Olivia try to get out of the
No,
No, I know.
please
I
don't. It
pulled
gives
out her
me
car
so
for her.
much
I know exactly.
anxiety.
Exactly.
Like I want someone else to drive.
I know.
Sure.
You should see my mom drive. So when
She's not allowed to drive
not
anymore.
anymore, but when Jeff and I first met, we go to her house and we're in the garage and there's all these huge boxes all along the wall and the other wall. And her husband looks at Jeff and he goes, she doesn't know this, but I put them there so that she stops hitting the walls.
Yeah.
And he goes, who taught you how to drive? I was like, that lady.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean?
Case in point.
She speeds up to stop. Like, it's just not, it doesn't feel right.
I had so many friends that had like the tennis ball hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
For the same thing.
So you don't hit the...
She had that and boxes, like big Costco boxes.
Yeah.
But he didn't tell her.
No. He's a wise man.
Yeah.
He knows his wife.
Who taught you how to drive?
That's a good question.
Because you drive like a dude.
Yeah.
Who taught you?
I mean, I
Did
guess
you take
my
like
dad.
a driving class or like in high school or
Probably.
anything? Yeah,
My
driver's
dad,
ed.
my brother.
She's a little weirdo. She drives
Why am I a weirdo?
because you drive.
What?
I was going to say you drive like you want to get laid.
What?
Like a guy drives you that's trying to close. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
She's like, zoom, zoom, I'm going to back into this spot.
I do back into
You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah. It's the truth, guys. That's a micro truth right there.
Leah's parents came to Chicago last year for the first time. We did like the wedding shower and she met my parents. Stuff was really fun. And then they were like, hey, the next day, let's all go to Chicago and stuff. My parents were like, oh, we're going to stay here, but Kevin will take you guys. We do like the whole tour and everything. And then I'm driving like my mom's massive SUV. And then there's like one tiny parallel parking spot.
Oh, no.
And her parents are in the back seat. She's next to me. And I'm like, okay, we'll see how this goes. And I fucking nailed it on the first try. And they were all
Nice.
like, nice job. And I was like, this is the most attractive thing I've ever done in my life.
See? You get it. You get it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it felt
It is.
incredible.
It's a flex, for
Yeah,
sure.
it felt really
Flex.
good.
Yeah.
And I've had so many humiliating, like, how did you have so much space? How did you fuck that up?
Yeah.
And then I didn't fold under the pressure. It felt really good.
They're like, you can marry our
Yep,
daughter.
you can marry her
You
now.
can have her hand. I feel safe. But there is something about that.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
the
know.
way someone drives offers a certain level of like security where you're like, okay,
You feel safe with me.
well, sometimes.
Uh,
You can be a little fast.
I
You're a
can-
little fast.
right, but I still drive safe.
Here's the difference.
Leah, not safe.
Not safe at all. But both of you, I don't feel that safe. I don't feel that safe when Jeff drives.
Yeah.
However, in a bigger sense, I feel safe because I feel a level of competence where I'm like, they can handle this.
Yeah.
Like they can handle a situation.
Right.
We know we're going to make it through something together.
Right.
But you don't feel
Me?
like that with me. I know.
Not with you. You
I
feel that
know.
way with me, not Leah.
I feel she's
driving?
competent,
Okay.
not safe. She's scary. She drives
She's so scary.
fast. But you drive fast too.
But I don't drive scary. There's a difference.
I don't know if that's true.
It's absolutely true.
You don't think you're scary a little bit?
Mm-mm. I'm very safe with like changing lanes and that,
Yeah, but it's fast.
it doesn't matter. I still do it safe. There's a difference.
You think she's just like reckless.
She's a little more reckless. She's definitely more reckless than I am.
I don't know what you girls are. I'm like,
Do you think she would think she's reckless?
Yes.
I think she would think you're reckless.
What?
Let's call her.
I know. I'm like, we have to settle
Well,
this.
it's like an interesting line between like confident and reckless.
That's true. She doesn't. I don't think she thinks
Yeah.
she's reckless.
She doesn't think you guys, I'm still,
Jackie?
she's saying, do we want to eat or am I being greedy? I'm going to say come with us to.
My
Hair one.
grandpa was when he was a principal, he was also like a driver's ed instructor or something. And my grandma didn't know how to drive. And so my grandpa would bring the driver's ed like car that had the brakes on the passenger side home from work. And then my grandma learned how to drive with like the same car that like the 15-year-olds were using like in the 60s or something.
Oh my God.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah, she learned how to drive from that car.
That's so cute.
Like pretty late in life, but drove up until she like a year before she died for like till she was
Aw.
like 94 or something.
Wow.
Maybe
Go
not that,
grandma.
but like a little
Right.
too. She actually like a little too late in life was like, I passed my driver's license the test again because like after a certain age you have to take the test every year.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, Graham, you should not like
Please.
let us. We're gonna pick you up.
Aw. My grandma never learned how to drive.
Really?
Her whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. My mom.
Oh, mom.
Yeah. And
Wait,
my-
that's the first time I heard that they have the gas and the brakes on the other side.
I think probably just maybe the
Maybe
gas.
just
My
the
mom
Definitely
thinks
the
she
brake.
does.
Yeah.
She's driving.
Oh my
Setting
God. Anytime she's in my car.
How do you feel with her driving?
Horrible.
Horrible, right?
Horrible. It's so scary. Her or my stepdad. Remind me of my grandpa, who was
Baba,
like
too?
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. 100%. It's the scariest thing ever. That's why I'm like, I'm not scary. I know scary.
No, I think you're just more aggressive than I am.
Yes, everyone is.
Right.
My mom is a very exaggerated passenger, which is always very funny to me because she'll do like a huge gasp as if like someone jumped out in front of us, and then it's like that man is 4 blocks down the road. Like
Right.
we're
Right.
fine, but she will react as if we're about to get in a major accident. I really enjoy it. It drives my dad nuts.
You know what I hate is when you're driving and the passenger, let's say you're going to make a right turn or a right turn, right? And they stick their head out looking for you
Mm-hmm.
because they don't trust that you're doing that.
Yeah.
And then they're blocking
People
your
don't do
view.
that. They just do it in your car.
Every single solitary time. And I'm like, I can't see because you're blocking.
Yeah.
That's never happened.
In the
to
way.
me.
Really?
I've done that to Leah a few times on accident where I'm like, I'm in the wrong position and she's like, move your head.
Yeah.
It sucks. You know what I just got like a few weeks ago that I feel so much more comfortable?
What?
I got the camera like in my front and then
Oh,
in
yeah.
the back.
Mhm.
I'd
Oh,
never
yeah.
had it before. And so now just like driving in LA, I'm just like, there's so many near misses constantly.
Yeah.
I feel so much more comfortable just having that.
The
It's a
cameras.
game
yeah, just
changer.
for proof. Yeah. Feels
Yeah.
good.
I'm so old school. I won't use the cameras
What?
for like parking and stuff.
Oh my God, it's changed my life.
I know.
Mhm.
Because I way underestimate.
Mhm.
Like I'll think I can't get in this, and then I'll look at the camera and it'll be like massive amounts of room.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I can
I
park
love it.
a lot
Mhm.
better.
Mm-hmm.
I like the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
This is really
I think we've
valuable
really
information.
covered it, you guys.
We've cracked cars.
Cracked cars. You're welcome. Everybody have a lovely day.
Drive safe.
Drive safe.
Great.
Bye.
Bye.
That was a Headgum podcast.